Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Answering the Bell with Stormybman, our Sunday morning call-in show for this Sunday, September 21st, 2025. This is number 177 in the series of call-ins. And we're coming out of another weekend of boxing. Though it may not have been the major players that you follow on a regular basis, there was plenty of boxing from Friday through last night to fill the plate of those who just needed to see some pugilist action. And I'll tell you something. As I've been noted to say, watch boxing, not just the individuals. We saw a few things over this weekend to play out right along the storyline of what I talk about. It's like nothing is new under the sun. We've seen some weird stoppages. We've seen some premature stoppages. We've seen some questionable cornerman act. It all goes hat in hand with what we talk about all the time. And so if you're not watching the sport, just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Just because you're unaware doesn't mean that it's not out there. Yeah. So welcome everybody. Please smash the like button as you come into the building. We can have a conversation on the sport today. We could talk about what's on the horizon. We could talk about what's presently going on. And we look ahead to, or look behind as to what has transpired thus far. As we're entering the fourth quarter of the year soon, we can see that the sport has really delivered a tremendous amount of action, matchups, and some shakeups, Yeah. As we've seen some upsets, we've seen some people take the baton and carry it forward. We've seen people who have been kind of locked out to the side enter in through another entrance and seeing their name be said out here. So, boxing is just like real life, man. I keep talking about it. The Tuesday tussle, that's what it's about. Boxing and life and boxing. How there is a marriage between the two And the more that you understand and learn about the sport, maybe, just maybe, the better off you could be in mastering what's happening in your everyday today life. Huh? Something to be said there. So just know that. Let's see if we could get cooking with a roll call of who we have in the building this morning. Let's see what we got going. Let's see what we got. The Painful Excellence Podcast, Bear Cave Entertainment, and the Brother Drew Titan LLC. All three channels tuned in this morning. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the support. Universal Truth is back with us. Coach Hudson is in the building saying, we in here. Peace to the chat. Listen, Coach Hudson, man, you were cooking today, this morning. I love that. And I enjoyed what you were doing yesterday, too. I was like, man, what the hell is this going on here? The brother's branching out, and he got a lot of good stuff going on over there. So feel free, Coach Hudson, to put your link in the chat so that people can continue to be turned on by the information that you are dropping on a day-to-day basis, if not an hour-to-hour basis. Yeah, because every time I turn something on, I'm seeing Coach out there and the Brothers Freedom's March is out there too. Man, y'all got to leave some airwave space for Stormybman now. I don't require a lot. But I'm like, you know what? I done ducked my head into YouTube, and there y'all brothers are. Between y'all two and Junior the Truth, man, I don't know where I'm going to be able to stick my toe in the waters of YouTube. But y'all got some good stuff going on. All three of you. You know? It's just that I don't get a chance to see everything. You know what I mean? But I try to support as much as I can. Good stuff. Yeah, Eric Jordan is back with us, saying, Stormybman, salute Sensei, what's good with you? Who else we got out here? Clarence McLean is out there saying, yo, salute my people, Stormybman, aka Sensei, what's happening with you? Freedom's March out there. Yeah, I was just talking about you too, Freedom's March. You out there? That's good stuff. Clarence be out there too. You know, so you brothers, all of you, Clarence, Freedom's March, Coach Hudson, you brothers put your links in the chat so that people can be turned on by good content and information being broadcast out there over the airwaves, huh? It's no nonsense with you brothers, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? What's happening? Who else we got out there? We got Ratchet since 91. What's good with you, Ratchet? Huh? You done woke up and got up there with Stormybman this morning. That's good stuff. Good to see you out there, brother. You know, I know sometimes you be out there and don't like to write in the chat, but you know, Stormy ain't gonna get you too bad, huh? Just make sure you put your seatbelt on. Yeah! Jimmy Bernard is in the building with us too, saying, what's good, Sensei? Salute to the chat. That's good stuff. Yeah. Freedom's March says, there's enough love for everyone on these YouTube streets. Be careful with those kind of statements, Freedom's March, because there's a lot of hate in those YouTube streets, huh? And you could get shot, huh? You could get offed by some of that foolishness. See, you have to be careful. Remember, been doing this a little bit longer, and I can just say, you know, take my advice and heed, huh? Keep that subscribers only button right by your fingertips, huh? And also keep you a pair of steel-toed Timbs, huh? Because sooner or later, you may find yourself having to use them. Yeah! Bars. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Yeah. So, you know, that's called balance. We wouldn't be able to exist without balance. Could you imagine just walking through life, rocking and rolling and rocking and rolling? No, you need things to even out and balance out, huh? You need things to, you know, have a equilibrium at times. Yeah. It can't be rocky all the time, and it can't be a slippery slope all the time, and it can't be always smooth, Because just like when the masons lay that cement on the sidewalk, one of y'all got to come in there and write your name, Derek was here, And it's like, you do it. It's just like, why do you do it? I don't know, but you know that when the cement cures, it's got your signature in there forever, right? Until they break the concrete up again, But y'all do silly stuff like that, So is it always smooth? Nope. Especially if you nearby and got your little stick where you can write your name in here, Johnny loves Erica, Yeah, I've seen that stuff. Even in the parks, the trees ain't done nothing to you, but you know that trees are living organisms, right? You're carving your name in the tree, Billy Joe was here, Yeah. Keep telling you guys I've been around for a minute, When you want to say OG, you just throw it out there. That's something for you to say, You know what OG really stands for? I'm going to teach you something this morning. The real OG, you know what that stands for? Ongoing. Yeah! See, you didn't know. You didn't even think about that. But see, I'm here to tell you. That's what we're here for. Answer that bell. Yeah. That's what you got to do. Yeah. So Coach Hudson, put that link out there, brother. I see everybody else put theirs out but you, What you holding back for, What you holding back for? If I didn't have so many things to multitask, I'd put it in there myself. But I'm giving you, the opportunity, to be responsible. Follow directions, Yeah. And next time you call yourself want to play some music on there, you better talk to Stormybman. Because if you really want me to help you out with that, I can bring some real love to your channel, See, what you didn't know is that Stormy got another show called Beats with Sugar. Yeah, That's another one. That's on the other channel, though. And it's on Patreon. But yeah. Stormy knows the music too, brother. He knows the music. We had a couple of fools drop off. That's okay. Because when you take out the trash, you have more space to fill the bin, You see what I'm saying? I keep telling you guys, Some of you can look at it as half empty. Some can look at it as half full. What I look at it as a useful cup, What matters is, do you have space to fill it? Yeah. Yeah, so we got another weekend of boxing coming up out of here where we saw some real good matchups yesterday. Oscar Collazo took on Jason Vason, from the Philippines. Collazo from Puerto Rico. That was the main event. And the co-main saw undisputed flyweight champion Gabriela Fundora, the sister of Sebastian. She took on Alexei Kubicki. And let me tell you something about Kubicki. I did a breakdown of their fight, which some of y'all didn't watch the video because you're too busy trying to look at the Canelo and Bud stuff that's out there, being distracted as usual. F+ to you all. Yeah. But coming out of Canada, this Alexei Kubicki, man, she was a tough hombre. It's just that Gabriela, like her brother, so tall with the reach and everything, and Gabriela has some skills too. She's got a mean streak in her that her brother only wishes he had, huh? She'll go in there, and when she see that she done drew blood from you, or you getting some lumps on your face, eyes swelling and closing, she going for the kill, huh? Gabriella is the type of fighter that every coach and trainer wants to have their charges have that level of demeanor in the ring. And she loves it, man. She be beating up people. And the referee had to jump in and save Kubicki from herself, because she didn't want to stop. She was trying to fight, hadn't lost a round. But in the 7th round, actually the round before, he was telling her, you got to show me something. You got to show me. He even walked to her corner in between the rounds 6 and 7 and told her, hey, you got to show me something. I got to stop this. And she was like, no, I'm ready to go. Fondora was telling her, okay, get your coat. Yep, get out of here. So, but it was a good fight. And, it is what it is. This is what we do out here, man, covering the sport of boxing. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was great stuff. Now, Collazo and Vasson, that fight was, listen, a little bit of back and forth. There was an early knockdown score for Collazo that wasn't really a knockdown. But Vasson came back in the 2nd round and was like, hey, take these body punches. And next thing you know, you could see Oscar reaching out to grab and hold on because he looked like he had to go potty. Huh? Yeah. Getting hit in the body. Yeah. So, also in the 7th round, I don't know what that is. Is that a Coachella thing? It's like, let's end this by 7, huh? They stopped the fight. But it was Vasson's corner who told the referee, Tom Taylor, to stop the fight. I didn't like that at all. But what can you do, man? The announcers were talking. They were saying that maybe Vasson might want to fire his trainers and everything. But I don't know what that was all about. He was competing very well in a fight that was getting to be a tougher go. And it was for a unified title situation, unification. Get out there and fight, man. Who knows? The other guy might get tired. He feeling just like you feel. Yeah. So it is what it is. But that's what we come to yesterday. With that, then we had on the OTX boxing series, Tierra Brown fought and defended her titles that she took from Sky Nicholson earlier in the year. Yeah. Huh? Tierra Brown. That's what's up. Ohio on the map. But listen, we could talk about all of that or talk about something else that you may want to throw out there. Huh? Let Stormybman know what your thoughts are about this glorious sport of boxing that we have. Let me see something here. I want to make sure that our lines are functioning properly. Oh yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go. So the lines are open, you guys. Let's talk some boxing, please. Let's talk some boxing. It's good to see you guys are subbing to each other. That's good stuff. Jonathan Simon in the building. What's happening with you, brother? I see you out there. Jimmy Bernard, what's good? Who else we got? Yeah. Now see, I get up, shower, shave, cut my hair, eat breakfast, get ready to do this, and you guys can't even pick up the phone and say, hey, Stormy, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you. No. Y'all rather be sitting back in the cut, huh? Start the damn morning off like this. Who in the hell want to look at your ugly face like this in the morning, huh? Just sitting up, full of ugliness. Okay, we got 706 in the building. Who's calling? What's on your mind? Welcome to the show.
This is Jack. How you doing today?
This is who?
Jack.
Jack?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jack, I'm unfamiliar with you. Where you from, Jack?
I saw a couple times before. Georgia.
Georgia?
We talked last time about Apollo Creed being a jig.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a while back. Yeah, okay. Well, welcome. What's on your mind, bro?
Well, the Noise show, and I just saw Henry Cavill is going to get the Highlander reboot. What you think of that?
Well, I think that ain't on the subject dossier this morning because we're the call-in show talking about boxing, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm talking boxing.
Yeah. Now, listen. Hold on. Listen. Now, when we do Nerds on Culture, you know, that's the time to come in there with those kind of comments, and then we could address that stuff and everything there. But understand, I got to tell you, I keep things on track over here around these parts.
Yes, sir.
And you earned that F+ this morning very soon, early into your call. I want you to know that. Huh?
I think I'm going to get 2 F+ today.
Okay.
Take on Terrence Crawford.
Okay, well, you know, you can be working on that, but understand that there's some other stuff that go along with that, so be careful.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm a big fan of Bud, and I think he's the face of boxing, and I believe that he can do anything he wants to do, but I would like to see him fight Jake Paul in December. Instead of that fake fight in November, fight a real fight in December with Terrence Crawford. I think Jake Paul and Terrence Crawford should fight.
Why?
What you think, Sensei? Well, one, you can retire Canelo Alvarez, Perce Davis, and Jake Paul all in 1 year. Because Terrence Crawford is not going to play with him. He's going to beat him down. I think he'll beat him so bad he'll get out of boxing. If Perce Davis doesn't have a fake fight, he has to fight real competition. I don't think he wants real competition, and he'll retire. You talked about the man's money. You spoke negative on his family, but you're too much of a coward to get in the ring with him. All you talk about is all you care about is money. If I'm Terrence Crawford, I take that fight and I take his money fight away from him.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Tighten your seatbelt because it's about to get a little bumpy.
Yes, sir.
First of all, what did Terrence Crawford just accomplish?
He beat Canelo.
But in doing so, what did he accomplish?
3-division unified champion, 5 divisions champion, I believe.
3-division undisputed.
Undisputed.
3-division undisputed in the 4-belt era. The only person who has outshone that is Clarissa Shields. Now, why would he, in all the merits and triumphs that he's had in his professional career, take a step backward and going in the ring in a promotion with a novelty act that shouldn't even be allowed to have consideration because people are distracted, like you are, to take away from the real essence of boxing. When I did my post-fight show after last week's accomplishments, I said one of the merits that comes from what Bud Crawford achieved is to give incentive to other present-day fighters and up-and-coming fighters that they can still have something glorious to shoot for themselves. What's Jake Paul's ethnic background?
He's Caucasian.
Okay. Now, whom are the fighters that they don't want to see at the top?
The black fighters.
Okay. Who has dominated the sport?
The black fighters.
Okay. And what have they done as an agenda to keep you from not only securing and furthering push the bar of your legacy in the sport, which eliminates their participation? What have they done to sidetrack you from that? I'll tell you, they've taken people like Paul. They've taken people like Tank. They use former subjects like Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. And they'll tell you, because each and one of them have said this, titles don't mean anything. They can't feed your family. You know what else don't feed your family? Bullshit. Huh? That don't feed your family. It doesn't taste good and it don't go down smooth. Huh? So why are we still entertaining foolishness in 2025 when Turki Al-Sheikh, who got involved in the sport of boxing just a couple of years ago, began to finance the sport in a way that the promoters were not doing when they were giving you that excuse that, well, no, who's going to pay for that? Who's going to pay for that? Well, you got somebody who's paying for it. In fact, he has kind of cornered the market of the sport by enlisting platforms like DAZN and purchasing Ring Magazine and having promotions where he's removing the pay-per-view dichotomy. Remember a couple of years, just maybe, what was it, three or 4 years ago, they were saying pay-per-view was dead. Remember?
Yes, sir.
But you turn around and you look, and here's Ed Hearn and Frank Warren and Bob Arum trying to put items on pay-per-view. It was like, but you said it was dead. So what are you doing? But here you have a man who's come in. Now, I'm not saying Turki is perfect because he's far from. But he's given us an outlet.
Yes, sir.
Where you can focus on your sport. And people are still looking to go and grab the bullshit. I don't understand it. When's the last time you heard me talk about Jake Paul on my channel?
No, unless you
Thank
disrespected
you.
him.
Thank you. And it's no disrespect. The foolishness is what it is. You understand? But in a sport that is over 200 years old, where there are thousands of participants who have a lineage and history to be respected, because anytime a man laces them up to fight for a living, there's respect in that. Not to pull a novelty act, not to say, oh, this is just, a money grab, which he told those damn officials in Georgia or wherever that was. He was trying to get the fight. You see, this is not real for them. And Tank belongs right over there with them, because he's been bullshitting and pulling your coattail for the longest. It's just that nobody wanted to see that. Nobody wanted to believe that. You have a few others who are in the sport. When are you all going to out Teofimo Lopez? When? I'm still waiting for that shoe to drop. You see, when I talk about boxing over here on this platform, this is the real deal, brother. I ain't got time for foolishness. I don't. Because I sit down, I study, I research, I go through things because I don't know it all myself. And then I get together with other people who are even more knowledgeable than myself. And we share and compare notes and everything. And then I have presentations of where I come and I sit and I talk about this. But understand, I've used this metaphor before in the past. Why do we have screen doors on our homes?
Keep the flies out.
Wow. You see how simple that is?
Yes, sir.
So why is someone always trying to leave the screen door open? Why is somebody always trying to take the screens out of the door? Why is someone trying to draw flies? I don't understand that aspect, bro. Life is about choices. You have the right and claim for objectivity. But if your mind is swimming in the sewer, guess where the body's going to end up?
Sewer.
Elevate, brother. Rise up out of the filth and bathe in the glory of people who are out there accomplishing stuff. Do you know, just like this young girl that was in the Olympics, you know, she was accomplishing and doing great things, and these people were coming at her because of how she looked and all of it. It's like, really? This is the world we live in now, where people who can't accomplish getting off of their sofa got an opinion about you. But why should it matter to you? You're not only off your sofa, but you're out in the world getting shit done, taking care of business. TCB, they used to call it. But they sitting up. Do you know when you go to the grocery store, they got those little automatic trailers carts that people could sit on with baskets on them so they could ride those through the store. You seen them, right?
Yes, sir.
That's one of the worst things ever. Now, some people will say, well, there are some people who can't walk good, Stormy, and can't get around. Well, that's when they're supposed to use that service where they shop for you. Oh, wow. But you see all these people riding on those carts, and you know damn well when you look at them, the cart ain't what they need. The treadmill or walk down the block is what they need. But there are people who take advantage of situations because they're pitiful. That's the same people when you told them, you know, you shouldn't eat that, but they gouging themselves. And then oh, my gout is acting up. Oh, my foot is swollen and this and that. And you was like, hey, I told you shouldn't eat that. Huh? You tell people that, hey, if you just apply yourself a little bit, the rest can come. They don't want to do that. They'll sit up and criticize you. They'll sit up and criticize me. And they need to wash their behind. They ain't did it since Moses. Huh? You could barely walk past them and you say, oh my goodness, that smells awful. Yeah. But they got high critique of you. Want to put you down. And especially when they're a different ethnic background from you. Because you're beneath them. Really? They smell like they beneath you, don't they? But see, these are the things that I'm talking about. So I say all of that, brother, to just bring it back home and say, Bud Crawford and his accomplishments have so superseded anything that a consideration of anything to do with people like Jake Paul and anything that he's doing over there, the exhibition bullshit, that takes away and it taints what he's all about and what he's representing. Going into last week's promotion, Max Kellerman told him he was a villain. Well, there are thousands and thousands of people that live in Omaha, Nebraska that would beg to differ that. In fact, what I just saw this morning on my news feed, he was at the Cornhuskers game wearing a jersey with the number 168 on it. And the crowd in the stadium was cheering for him and everything. That's love. Where the people like that at for Tank Davis?
Where the people at for Max Kellerman?
No. Don't change it. We're not going here and there. I'm pointing things out to you, brother. I'm pointing things out. Where are the people like that for Tank Davis? If you want to say they're here online, guess who else is online? A bunch of weirdos, huh? A bunch of people that, if you saw them in real life, you say, hey, there's something wrong with that chap, huh? He's got a disorder, huh? There's something wrong with that chap, huh? He's a born criminal. There's something wrong with that chap, huh? He's got effeminate ways. Yeah. But see, that's the truth. Because on the internet, you could be anything. On the internet, you can represent you can come across as King Kong, but you're Tiny fucking Tim. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So when I say these things, bro, I just want people to understand. You embrace elevation, onward and upward, ascension. Leave that other foolishness out there for those people. Because there are plenty of folks who have existed since enslavement that they'll take whatever scraps fall off the table and make a gourmet meal out of it. But it's a different psychology when you kill what you eat. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, which would you rather be?
The one that's out there killing. I just wanted him to beat the man up so bad he got out of boxing because I'm tired of him. I'm tired of the foolishness.
Let that go. Let it go. It has nothing to do with boxing. It doesn't. They having a hard time trying to get that doggone promotion off the ground. And rightfully so. But don't be concerned with it. When you sit on that commode and take care of business and flush, are you worried about where it go? No. It's good to know where it goes. You heard of landfills, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the ugliness is knowing the process. You see? Some people don't think about that. They just get in the car, turn it on, and drive. They don't know what's happening under the hood. They don't know what's happening in the electrical system when you turn that key. But they just know that they can put their foot on the gas and freaking go. Oh, and they may have to stop at a gas station and refill. That's what they know. But all the other machinations and inner outings and workings of the process, people don't want to concern themselves with that. But you should, to a degree that you at least know how things function. And when you know that they function a certain kind of way, guess what? You can make a discernment over what of what you're dealing with and say, you know what? I don't want to stick my hand in that poo. I don't want to do that. I'll hire someone to do that. Because there are people out there at all levels of life who do all types of jobs. And that's not to really put anyone down at all. Because, again, if you understand a man's worth, that man who cleans your poo is every bit as valuable as the man that delivers your mail. Because your mail can be misdelivered. But you don't want the poo to pile up, do you?
No, sir.
You see what I'm saying? When you talk about value, does that make any kind of sense to you, what I'm saying to you?
It makes all the sense in the world, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what I'm trying to say. When you look at things through a crystal clear lens, bifocal if it need be, understand that you can optimize your objectivity by thinking things through. Thinking things through. They are now trying to push David Benavidez onto Bud Crawford because Canelo can't beat him. Canelo said, we have to accept it. He whooped my ass. an ass whooping that he's been running from for the past 5-6 years from Benavidez, who's much bigger and younger, right? Bud is older than Canelo and came from a lower weight than Canelo and still whooped his ass. So what was that old thing Joe Louis used to say? You can run, but you can't hide. In that square arena, in that square jungle, you can, but you can't. You can run, but you can't hide. So now they trying to push Benavidez on Bud, even though he's moved up to a higher weight class now. Interesting, because Benavidez was never on their lips when Canelo had those titles and was prancing around picking fighters to fight like he was picking hors d'oeuvres off a tray at a banquet.
He still got to fight Yard, I think, in a couple of months.
Exactly. And that's not a guaranteed win for him. Because Yard is a natural light heavyweight. A natural.
Yard.
Been a light heavyweight all his career. But this is what we deal with. You see, the whole thing about bias, bigotry, prejudice. They are so mad, the race soldiers that they be, that they want to just pull someone out of another source in space. Hey, come and get him. Go beat that N-word. And Max Kellerman called him a villain. But it turned out that he did one of the most heroic deeds that anyone has asked for in the sport of boxing in a very long time. Do you know, privately, people have been really waiting for Canelo to get his. That's not an openly spoken thing, including some of his own countrymen who are former world champions and elite fighters themselves. They would never tell you that publicly. Never, ever, ever. You know why? Because they understand the code of ethic that they need to uphold. But you can believe a lot of them are sighing and having a cold one in celebration of the fact that at least that's over with now. Because all of them, at some point in time, whether it was Morales, Barrera, Chavez, any of those guys, they all faced that Negro, at some point in their career, who was very talented. Chavez got away with one, with Meldrick Taylor. He got away, but he didn't get by Sweet Pea. He didn't get by Frankie Randall. He didn't. See, history's got a way of showing you things. A lot of them don't want to learn the lesson. But you don't get through life without the lessons being taught. That don't mean you got to learn them. But they're going to forever be taught. That's the rule of engagement. So, as I say all of these things to you, brother, Joe, I want you to understand that I do what I do with real purpose here. I don't do it with foolishness. I don't do it with misrepresentation. Even if I find moments of placing humor out there or whatever, but it's never to be played with when I do what I do and how I represent here. That's why someone like Paul and Davis and any one of those who are following along that path over there, they don't get much consideration over here. Because I understand you cannot eat and shit in the same space. The only thing that does that in life is a pig. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what else you got, brother?
Do you think he's going to stay at 168, or do you think he's going to go to 160 for his Bud?
I think that after a duration where he takes some time out for himself, he'll make a decision. You have to understand, he accomplished something quite mightily historical. They're not even allowing him to enjoy it. They're talking to him the very next day, 24 hours later. Who you fighting next? Are you moving up? Are you moving down? Are you going to vacate the titles? Are you doing this? Are you doing? It's like, my goodness, when Canelo fights and wins, do they ask him that? No.
No. They let him do whatever he wants to do. And when he finally stepped up in competition fighting Bud, you saw what happened. Because like you mentioned, some of the other great Mexican fighters, they always had to fight people. The last time Canelo fought somebody who was an actual threat was what, 2017? When he first fought Triple G? He doesn't really fight threats. And I think that's why a lot of people wanted him out of boxing. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just taking a drink of my water. Listen, no, it's like I said, the man he has earned a rest. Now, I'm not saying he should let us know a year from now what he's gonna do, but dude, we're a week away, removed from his victory. 1 week. And as I did my show last night, I talked about the WBC have already reinstated Canelo as the #1 fucking contender. Where do they do that at?
How is that possible?
Exactly. But I talked about it last night. You see what I'm saying? Being on top of shit. What fighter that Canelo beat in his last 10 fights has been reinstated right back to the same ranking that they were before they fought him, or even higher? Where?
I can't think of one.
So why is he ranked #1 by the WBC now? Christian Mbili has been a #1 contender and using the eliminator bout position or whatever, which he just fought Lester on the same card to a draw. But he has the WBC interim belt. It's like, okay, and before David Benavidez moved up to 175, he had fought 5 eliminators. 5 of them. So now these people are clamoring, Bud has got to fight Benavidez, who's moved up to 175 and actually has the 175 WBC title because they stripped it away from Bivol. They'll tell you that Bivol gave it up, but they never wanted Bivol to have their title. Remember, the fight between he and Better Beef would not have happened as a unification for Undisputed as long as Suleiman was doing things the way he was doing them. But Turkey came in and put all that to shame. But as soon now after that, they've had their 2 fights. They didn't have the trilogy. Here is Suleiman stripping the belt away from Bivol. He wouldn't have stripped it away from Bitter Beef. For whatever reason, he don't like Bivol. He strips it away from Bivol, and now it's been awarded to Benavidez, who shouldn't even want the damn belt. He shouldn't want it because they didn't make Canelo fight him when he was Canelo's #1 contender for over 5 years. What the fuck are they doing? And see, then they want to come up and say, fight Bud. What? Are you kidding me? No. But see, as long as y'all going to be out there, hey, what about Jake Paul? Why do he? No. You see what I'm saying? This is why they can get such fuckery going on in the sport. Because the people, the public, don't demand the best. They don't make a demand. They don't set a precedent and say, you know what? I'm not paying for that shit. I'm not supporting that. No, y'all like drama and shit. Tank go out there and tweet these little bullshit on the airwaves, and then he takes it down. And you know, once it's out there because people see it and then they capture it or whatever. And he's been doing that for years. That man was at lightweight, and there were so many fighters that have come up around the lightweight division, including Vasyl Lomachenko, who was there from the get-go, and he never fought any of those guys. Shakur's got a belt. Haney came in and was undisputed. You had Teofimo was down there who defeated Loma. You have so many guys, Cambosos Jr. It's like, why didn't Tank fight any of those guys? But you listen to Leonard Ellerby lying ass, Tank Davis is a star. Where?
He doesn't want to challenge himself.
He's not real. He's not true. And he's got a whole bunch of people out there just accepting that role, man. That's ridiculous. And then they get mad at me. Because I come on here and I say the real shit. They want to get mad at me. And like I said, just before you were calling, they want to mean mug the screen and everything. Send these bots at my shows and stuff and be writing stupid stuff in the chat and all of this stuff. I haven't lied to you all yet. We're living in a really jacked up society, man.
Anybody can get, like you say, anybody can get on the internet and say they're anything. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Too many mental health patients on the internet.
That's for certain. That's for certain. And just like you pick your fruit and your vegetables, you have to pick your content. Pick your content that you support and that you listen to. Because, if you just out there, you can listen to so much garbage that you'll become to accept that garbage is, well, it smells funny, but, we still need it. I don't need garbage.
It becomes normal to you. You become blind to it like a bad smell.
Yeah.
Scent blind. You become garbage blind to the terrible content that's out here.
Yeah. So, I'm not, but Bud should take his time, and whatever he decides to do, people who support what he's accomplished with his career and everything, because I'm not telling anybody they got to like Bud Crawford. What I'm saying is you give him the equal just due that other fighters have earned, that they've had the merit of, like, they can make a decision in due time or whatever they want to do. But he should not have to answer you this week of what he did last week. That's honorary to do something like that to him or anyone else like him. And we still got a couple of major fight cards coming up before the end of this year where certain fighters are going to be in a similar position. And instead of enjoying their accomplishments, you're trying to ask them what's next.
Got a big fight in November. Haney versus Brian Norman. Well, I know you haven't done your breakdown on that yet, but would you like to talk about that fight?
Well, I think it's going to be a very good fight for the sport of boxing. I think it's going to be a very good fight of styles where you have a guy who's a boxer puncher over a guy that may be considered more of a pure boxer, but we don't really know about that because once we see Devin at welterweight, he may be more of a puncher at welterweight than he ever was prior to, because he's getting toward where his natural size and ability is. And the fact that it's two young men that their dads are heavily active in their lives and their careers, both in different manners, but the respect should be there that they both have achieved enough to allow their sons to have success without a lot of interference. And that's to be respected and commended. But see, you got people out here who are trying to take sides of the street, even in that situation. That's a quality match. When Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fought many years ago, going into their first fight, you had people that liked one side or the other, but the boxing world just liked the matchup, because here you had a guy who was a knockout puncher in Hearns. I think he was like 32-0 with 30 KOs or something like that. And Ray Leonard had been an Olympian and had been a world champion and had knocked out Wilfred Benitez to become a world champion, but lost a decision to Roberto Duran, one of the greatest lightweights in history, in their first fight, because he fought the wrong kind of fight. But he came back and defeated he came back and defeated Duran 6 months later in a rematch where Duran wasn't as hungry. Leonard caught him in between fights, as Duran likes to blow up in weight. He caught Duran in that situation. He took advantage of it and became two-time champion and, went from there. There's a lot of people that feel that if Leonard never lost the fight to Duran, he may not have beat Hearns that first time when he fought him. I don't know about that because that's an opinion. But the great thing is they faced each other. Do you know that Leonard was 25 years old when he fought Hearns, and Hearns was 22?
Yes, sir.
See, that's one of the things that people don't think about. Back in the day, the elite fighters fought each other before the ages of 30. Leonard and Hagler were 30s when they were facing each other the first time. They were at that stage because 30 was considered you going into your prime and you coming out of your prime at 32. You coming out of your prime. Well, being 25 and 22, you can't get much more prime than that. You're not going to be faster. You're not going to be stronger. You know what I mean? You're going to be who you are. How old are Haney and Norman Jr. right now?
28 and I think 25, or 27 and 25.
That's pretty close, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
That's why you should get the optimum out of these guys when they fight each other. Not so much about, I want this guy to win because I don't like that guy. I want that guy to win because I don't like this guy. No, that shouldn't be what it is. I want the fight because it's a damn good fight. These guys are young enough, and if it's a good enough fight, they can fight more than one time. How great is that?
Yeah. Plus, they could probably fight maybe at 154 later.
But the whole point of it is to give the boxing world and the other fighters incentive to say, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to get that kind of luster, that kind of consideration, and put it on my career and be like, you know what, this is how people are going to remember me. Do you understand?
Yes.
Who's going to remember Tank?
Nobody. That fight, Leonard versus Hearns, was 40 years ago? And we're still talking about it today, comparing it to a future fight.
Mm-hmm.
That just lets you know how important that fight was. But people don't look at that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's important for people like myself to sit up here and keep it on the level with you and be like, hey, don't look over there. Look ahead of you. What's in front of you? You see? Because when they want to distract you, they can put stuff out there and they get your attention over here, and now you look, your eye is off the prize, and they that's how they take advantage of you. But if you're a focused person and you have tunnel vision, you're not allowing yourself to be distracted or whatever, then you know what they're going to say about you. They're going to be like, oh, he just this or he just that or whatever, but they can't get you off your square. They'll have to take that somewhere else. Just like when people try to come here with foolishness and I have to send them somewhere else.
Well, I got my boy over there. I gave it to my mother for her birthday. She loves that hat, Sensei.
You got what?
The buoy hat, white buoy hat.
Oh,
I
yeah?
got one from my mother the other day. She loves that hat.
Okay, wonderful, man. That's what's up.
Well, that's all I want to talk about for today, Sensei. I thank you for allowing me on your program, and I hope you have a wonderful day and rest of your show, sir.
All right, you do the same. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
peace to you. Oh, yeah. See, that's what's up, man. Let me see. We got a Cash App donation from my brother EJ. Let's see here. I gotta read this. Sometimes the phone be like slow trying to pick up this stuff. My man EJ out there in the cash shop, he says, Sensei giving out F pluses like nobody's business. Cook. Hey man, appreciate you, EJ. That's what's up, man. But no, hey, I have to do that, bro. I have to do it. You know, it's like some people don't understand. It's like, hey, and then he says the other one, Cash App, right back in the Cash App is EJ. He says, your knowledge and wisdom are appreciated. Thank you, brother. Thank you. But hey, you know, I tell you guys, consistency is the key, man. Consistency is the key. You gotta be able to stay on your level, on your mark. Yeah. We had a few more people come into the building while I was chatting it up with Joe. We got Queen 71 out there. What's going on with you, Queen? How you feel this morning? Kamarin out there. We got Kamarin Fields out there. Convos with Cam. That's she changed her name up, y'all. That's Kamarin. Appreciate you stopping in. Messenger 215. What's good with you, brother? Good to see you out there. Yeah, Geo James Khalil in the building. What's happening? Yeah. Lines are still open, you guys. Come on with it. Let's talk. Let me put me a different image up here for you guys. Yeah! How about this image? I put this up here for y'all. See? That's what's up. Jonathan Simon says, you're right, OG. It's a process. You never support the nonsense. No, never going to. So they can keep passing this one up, man. That's all they got to do. Keep it moving. I'm going to tell you something. Canelo bringing this dude in for sparring might have been the worst thing for him preparing for Crawford. Boots probably beat him up in the gym. More than likely. Good chance of that. But hey, it is what it is, huh? It is what it is. So, lines are open. Nobody wants to talk? Nobody wants to talk? Boxing fan times 4 says, you think Boots might have broke Canelo's confidence? Might beat his body up. Okay, Convos with Cam. She's asking, Stormy, did you receive PayPal from the other day? Checking because at these times the apps do weird stuff. Yeah, listen, and Cam, if I'm live, or even if you're leaving something on my PayPal as a result, like say you watched one of my videos or live, please write a message in whichever chat it is, whether it's a chat for the video or a chat for the live, that you left for PayPal, because I don't get an alert for the PayPal. I just have to go back after each show or whatever, and I haven't checked my PayPal in a couple of days, so I didn't know that you left something. So I do have it. I see it there, and your note to it attached says, keep cooking, keep grinding, and I appreciate your dedication and hard work. Thank you so much, Cam, for your donation. Thank you. But yeah, just leave me a little notation that says, hey, check your PayPal, because EJ does it when he does the Cash Apps. He said, Cash App Sensei. That reminds me, because I don't get an alert for those. And for anybody that's interested in understanding, you may have seen a change to my production where I'm not playing the commercials anymore. I found out that that's something that's been holding me back. Not that I can't do it for the family, but yeah, YouTube. So that's the only reason. So even my alerts are not on. The only alerts that will be on are for the merchandise purchases and for the subscribers or tips through Streamlabs, and if nobody's leaving that, you won't see the alerts. So, and when I get monetized again, then you'll see the super chat option. But I haven't been monetized yet. So, but yes, Cam, I did get it. Thank you so much again. Thank you for your support. But come on, fam, the lines are open. Let's talk. Let's have some conversation. Got about 45 minutes to go in the show. I want to talk some boxing. I want to talk some good stuff with you guys. Your brother's Freedom's March. You still out there? Why don't you call in if you're still out there, brother? Freedom's March or brother Coach Hudson. Nine 5-1 calling. Who's calling? What's on your mind?
DJ. What's going on, Sensei?
Who is this?
DJ.
EJ,
Yeah.
What's happening, bro? What's happening?
Not fine. Just listening. Soak it up for dinner. It's very good wisdom, Sensei. I do have a question. When Bud decides to retire, right? And you know how Devin, the titles, it's the
Are you talking on a Bluetooth, bro?
I am.
Can you turn the Bluetooth off and just talk to me through your phone? Because I think your audio will pick up better.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to switch stuff right now. Give me 5 seconds.
Uh-huh.
You hear me better?
Yeah, you sound a little better, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, my question is, okay, if Bo retires, right, from 168, what would be the boxers that would get his titles? What four boxers would get his titles?
Well, there's a whole bunch of guys that in the division who would be available to fight for vacant titles. You got guys like Hamza Shiraz, you got Christian Mbili, you know what I mean, Diego Pacheco. There's a number of guys at 168. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're there. So usually the sanctioning bodies will take whoever's ranked number 1, number 2, or 1 and 3, or 2 and 1, or 2 and 3. You know, depending on who just fought and all of that kind of stuff. But there are 4 belts. So there are 4 fights that could be had. Or a couple of sanctioning bodies have been known to put two titles on the line that have been vacated, with a fight between two fighters, So the politics of it will, it will iron itself out in that regard. The one belt that won't be on the line would be the ring belt. The ring belt will go to whoever is now fighting for undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be on the line at that time. Or the ring may choose to endorse a fighter. So there are many different avenues that can be, a part of the process if Bud was just to vacate.
Okay. That was really, I was trying to think of something to think about when it comes to boxing. Seeing everybody's getting boxing or something.
Well, one of the things that I had talked about was last night is they reinstated Canelo as the number one contender for the WBC. I'm like, he just lost last week. How the hell are you going to make him the number one contender again? It's like that doesn't make any sense, man. That's like if nobody else is available.
You get knocked down quite a bit until, you build yourself back up.
Man, I don't know what kind of foolishness they trying to pull with that, but I don't like it at all. I'm like, really? That's like, no. It just doesn't make sense, bro.
It don't. Are they anticipating the Bud actually retiring so they can just email Canelo wearing the belt?
Well, Bud don't have to let them know nothing for I think 90 days. He got 90 days that he can say what he's going to do. He already vacated the WBA belt he had from 154. And now there's a couple of fighters who are getting ready to fight for that. But the fact that he let that belt go lets you know that he's going to stay at 168 at least until he makes his next move, because the belts are a bargaining chip for him, whatever he decides to do.
I agree.
Did you watch any of the fights from last night?
Unfortunately, I did. I had to work pretty much, so I didn't get time to actually do it, to actually watch the fights, but I was going to watch them later on today. Once I finish driving for today, and that'll be about another 3 hours. So
yeah.
I was going to watch it then.
They worth giving a little view to. And then, like I said, Tierra Brown, she fought on that OTX card, defending her titles that she won from Sky Nicholson. I like Tierra Brown, man. Yeah. I like her. She's a good fighter.
I love her last fight when she got the championship.
Yeah.
And unanimous decision. She deserved that. She showed that she wanted to fight. She had that dog in her.
Yep.
I was actually impressed.
Yeah. So she did a good job. That lady started out, kind of attacked her a little bit in the first round, but she went on and she outboxed her. She was doing some good stuff too. She got some good upper body movement where she slips and throws these hooks and shots Tierra. I'm like, see, Sky kept moving away from her, moving away. She didn't want to engage, and Tierra had to hunt her down. But Tierra can fight, man. A lot of these young ladies today can fight. They have transitioned women's boxing from what it was during Layla Ali's era to now that they are so skilled that Layla Ali would have had a hard time with women of today because these women are much more skilled. And I watched this fight off of that card with what was that? I'm gonna try to look it up. Let's see here. There was another card yesterday with from Friday night, the heavyweights. It's pretty darn good.
Okay.
It's all on the zone though. It's all on the zone. Those guys,
Okay.
they were thumping, man.
I'm gonna have to look at that fight too. Ain't live there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that fight. You mentioned Later Ali. I know her Clarissa Shields was a fighter. I don't know if that's ever going to materialize, but I know she's kind of interested into the fight because the offer says she is getting to fight Clarissa Shields. What's the possibility for that to materialize and for them to actually fight?
It could happen because money drives a lot of things. But
Great.
I know that Layla is a very intelligent woman, and she's got quite an established life. Unless they throw some real outstanding money behind her to get her to try to come out of her retirement and everything, it more than likely it's not going to happen. Yeah, this fight that I was recommending from Friday, Brandon Moore versus DeAndre Savage. Those are two heavyweights, and there were a couple of super middleweights on there fighting ladies.
Yeah.
Man, they were throwing down. So, that I was like, wow, these women getting down, bro. So. I just think that when you watch fighters, you'll see the best of what the sport has to offer when they, when you just pay attention. Just pay attention to the sport. Layla, she can get in there and fight somebody up today like a Clarissa, but it has to be something, first, the value, the money to go with it and everything. But then say if she's successful, then what? Are they going to want her to fight more fights? It's like
That's true.
Clarissa needs she needs to focus on herself. Don't worry about Layla. Layla was at a different... That's the equivalent of Bud trying to chase down Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent.
You're right. I do prefer for her to enjoy retirement. Like, she, Layla did what she had, did what she did. And it was her fine. After she basically, in her 40s. Yeah. I prefer to enjoy retirement. But she did mention that she actually is considering, but I'm just hoping that she don't consider it. I hope she just enjoy retirement.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the two ladies that fought on Friday at middleweight. Olivia Curry and Kay Scott. They fought for the WBC vacant title, and it turned out to be a draw, a majority decision draw. And so they might have to do it again. But they were thumping, man. These two ladies, they were middleweights. They were thumping. I watched that fight. I actually watched it this morning. Kate Scott is she's from Australia, and Olivia Curry is from Chicago. Yeah, man. And she knows Jessica McCaskill, fighting out of McCaskill's gym or whatever. But yeah, man, they were throwing down. Two tough women.
Look at that fight, sure. The fight you just mentioned, I'm about to watch this. So I'm watching this for sure. I know the women's division is like, they don't care who they fight. As long as they fighting, they get it in.
Well, what I'm amazed at now is that how technical the women are now. How they hold their position and they pump the jabs and they throw hooks, and the punches in their arsenal are all legitimate shots now. They're just not winging no more and just, slapping with shots. These women are punching, man. And I really admire how advanced they've become in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That's what's really, that's what's really interesting, to see them battle like this. So, yeah.
Sure. Trying to think of the last thing I'm trying to think of too. I know with the Devin Haney and Brian Norman fight, I'm going for Devin. Big time. I looked at both Brian Norman and Devin Haney's last 5 fights. I know it's a challenge for Devin. Well, I see him prevailing a lot more than Brian Norman. And all I feel like is stylistically, I mean, Devin knows how to change up the style and make him, win the fight a lot of times. So I'm looking forward to that big time. But what his game plan is for the fight.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man, it's going to be interesting. Devin has an opportunity to really make a statement in this fight. Brian Norman has a chance to prove that, he's a top tier title holder and fighter. But experience factor is in Devin's favor. It's one of those situations you got to let it play out.
Hey.
I did my Tuesday tussle last week, and I talked about cliches being dismissed in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of cliches that could be applied between these two guys fighting, and I'm not one that wanted to apply the cliches. I would just like to see them do their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah. Yo, I'm back. Sorry for that delay. My computer just shut down. I think I may need to increase the memory on it or something like that. But I apologize for the delay. One thing about when you're doing this and it does that kind of thing, I learned that you don't even have to end nothing. You just have to reboot, and it just takes a couple of minutes. But I apologize for that. So I got to clear out some memory on the computer. That it'll do that from time to time because I haven't finished clearing out the memory. So, but and sorry to EJ who was on the phone call with me, but that's what took us out. It just kind of went boop, you know. And I noticed when everything was frozen, that's when it was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. So I had to reboot it. But if anything, if somebody out there is like a computer person, you know, you can help me learn how to clean the memory out of my computer. I know some things I need to delete, but it's like get it reset or something to where I'm just using my apps for my live streams and stuff like that. But yeah. But still got a few minutes left in the show. Again, apologies for that. It couldn't be helped. But yeah. Yeah. Some of you are still troopers for hanging around, but I know it's some of them bad folks hanging around too. They're the ones that send that bad juju out there. But I got juju repellent, huh? It's called Smith & Wesson. You know what I'm saying? So that's my juju can shoo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anybody ever forgot? I just give you a little mental reminder. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let them have it. You know what I mean? You guys think the sensei is violent? Pretty much, you know? But hey, you know what I mean?
For my own sake, I can't afford to call you my comrade. You're going to die.
You are not looking for anybody. You cannot find anybody. You do not have time to work for anybody. You have not heard a thing, nor seen a thing.
That's what's up, Jonathan Simon. Watch some old fights, man. I got fights going on my monitor in the backdrop right here. Sure do. Kondo, what's happening, brother? What's happening? Will I ever stop watching boxing?
It's 11:30. We're supposed to be here. You know, we're supposed to be there by 9. Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're late for your own fucking funeral.
Oh, man.
We come, walk down the street, we get the funniest one.
Where Drew Titan at? He'll love that one.
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Got your ass.
motherfucker. Do you speak it? Yes.
Yeah. See, Stormybman have to be able to say some stuff, man, make you guys laugh from time to time. Huh?
No lie, folks. I smell pussy right now. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think that shit is you. Yeah, it's you.
Every move is calculated, I do numbers calculated. You don't got my cash or payment, pussy boy, I'ma catch you later. Ride with that soul.
Boy, I tell you, man. Canelo's supporters, they went to the buffet and they got served up something they didn't realize what they were being served. Huh?
Suck it! Suck it, nigga!
Woo! And what does Canelo have to say about all of the fuckery since last Saturday?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah. It is what it is, family. Yeah, I just thought I'd come in and have a space filler since my laptop decided to shut down on me. You know, but that's okay. We did get a couple of calls in today. So we're going to get ready to roll on up out of here, man. I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in, rock with me early on. The Cash App donations, the PayPal donations. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to tune in to the Nerd Show tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Central. We're going to talk about the movie from 1994, Blown Away, starring Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. It's a classic thriller. Hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead, and we will catch up with you then. Peace.
Jessica, what are you doing? You know you can't swim. Get away from the water, Jessica. Jessica, get away from the... Oh, my God. Somebody help Jessica, please. She can't swim. Go help Jessica, run. Jessica, no. Oh, my God. No, Jessica. No, the water is pulling her back in. Where's the lifeguard? Lifeguard, hurry up. She can't swim. Jessica, no. Lifeguard, please save her. Yes, do lifeguard. Save her, no. Please, Jessica. Oh, look, hey. Is that husband is coming? Oh, you want to hey, please, save her. Jessica. They're coming now. They're here, Jessica.